All right, welcome to this next video. In the last video, we talked about leads and getting fanatical about leads. This next video, we're going to talk about the importance of goal setting. So one of the things that is so critical is, as a leader, if you don't have a goal, if you don't have somewhere that people are going towards, then everyone's going to go in all these different directions that's following you. So you have to have that goal in place. And the best companies break those goals down by individual. What they do is they have an individual contribution that makes up this total company goal. And so the very first goal that you got to take care of is called sales behaviors. You're probably wondering what that is. So sales behaviors is so important because everything starts with a behavior. So there's a reason we're talking about the results first, because results come from a series of little things, right? And so if you look at it this way, what's a sales or revenue generating behavior versus a non-revenue generating behavior? So if your organization has a sales and estimating team and they're spending their time on paperwork, they're spending their time completing projects that have already been under contract, collecting, okay? That's all good stuff, has to be done, right? Has to get done. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But the best ones know that they have 168 hours in a week, okay? And if they're spending their time on revenue generating behaviors that versus non, and they're actually tackling something like this: prospecting, meeting with people, measuring the situation, whether it's the downloading the plans and specs or going to the existing building and taking a look at it, meeting and doing presentations and follow-ups. Following up, okay? 48% of salespeople never even follow up, all right? 80% of sales made on the 5th to 12th contact. So are you spending your time on behaviors, and do you have a goal? So what you need to do is you need to track those, establish those behaviors and track those against goal, and that's gonna be the starting point. It's like saying, hey, here's our big, hairy, audacious goal. We have a big old elephant that we wanna eat, right? But you guys know the whole story. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So that's what behaviors is. Are we doing behaviors? And we need to reward those. We need to be excited about behaviors. Because I know this, if you do the behaviors, the results start to take care of themselves. Next, proposals against goal. Now, proposals are huge, but we want to make sure that we're qualifying these and we have a qualified opportunity. We generate a proposal and we should have a goal. If you're a 25% company and you are, your goal is $1 million and you close, when I say 25%, I mean a 25% closing ratio, and you want to do $1 million, let's pretend, in a particular time frame, you need to be giving how many proposals out in conjunction with your goal of sales? Well, if it's 25%, you got to get at least 4 times as many proposals out so you can hit that goal. Mathematical fact is that, okay? So if I was a baseball player, so if my goal is to hit 333 this year, and I'm hitting 333, I got to get a lot of at-bats if I want 100 hits. I got to get at least 300 at-bats in. I got to be healthy. I got to get in the game so that I can get that many opportunities. If not, I'm not going to get my 100 hits. So I hope you understand that setting proposals and having a goal is vital in knowing how you're doing with filling out the pipeline. If you're not filling out the pipeline, and what you're doing is you're focusing on the stuff you've already sold, you're not generating new activity, and then you're going to find a lull in your revenue and you're not going to be able to predict and grow. So the best ones really have a goal of proposals. And then finally, we have a sales goal and seeing how we're doing against goal. Okay, so you want to look at the company goal. How are we doing as an organization? How are you doing, Johnny? How are you doing, Eric? How are you doing, Mike? And it's really cool to see when people are producing and you can celebrate their accomplishments. Man, great job, you killed it, you banged the biggest, brought in the biggest job the company's ever seen. Let's celebrate that. Let's do, we're gaining ground. And then the guys who aren't contributing, they really have a sense of accountability, because at the end of the day, the sales leader has a team, they're going toward a mission, and that's the best ones I've seen. So in review, behaviors, sales behaviors versus goal. Are you doing the activities that actually create deals? And then, are you tracking that? Are you measuring that? Next, proposals. Are you tracking proposals? Are you getting enough proposals out in accordance to your historical closing ratio? And do you even have a sales goal to start? And are you measuring your sales against goal on a consistent basis, not just looking in the rearview mirror, but are we looking at this in accordance to our annual goal, hopefully, that you have, where you have a month-by-month goal? And so it brings accountability, it brings a great team environment. So really important. Now that we talked about where we currently are with leads, with goals, the importance of goals, next thing we're going to talk about is the future. The future of your business, the very best companies and the secrets of what they do to be able to forecast and look at the future so that they could start to hit their numbers and crush it like never before. So stay tuned, watch this next video.